Tonight, the fire is still smoldering here. The fire department got a call about 5 o'clock that there was a trash fire near Design Construction, but when they got on the scene, they found it was actually the building on fire, a building full of construction materials. It took 5 departments hours to contain. Fire spread through the entire building. The layout and metal exterior made fighting it a challenge.
The crews were having a very, very difficult time just simply gaining access to the building.
As they sprayed outside from the air and ground, smoke covered the adjacent football field. The youth game ended early, but the concession grill kept burning.
Valuable commodity right now.
You better believe it, guys gotta be hungry.
Food for the firefighters since they were stuck.
They won't let us leave. Our cars are here in the parking lot.
Dozens of others found themselves tailgating near the scene, fire hoses barricading them in. 5 fire departments deep, they finally beat down the smoke after several hours. Just minutes ago, a few employees arrived realizing they would not be reporting to work tomorrow.
I'm surprised, I'm devastated. So both me and everybody that I know, that I've been getting phone calls, look at the news, and this is the news for me.
At least a couple of crews will stay on the scene throughout the night to make sure there are no flare-ups. Right now, firefighters say they don't know a cause. Arson investigators were here earlier in the evening, and they'll be back out tomorrow morning. In Jeffersontown, Jenny McClendon, WHAS 11 News.
There's nothing unusual about this scene.
It's nice that it's not 20 degrees and then we're having to do this.
Save it feeling like Florida.
I know I had a sweater on and took it off. It's too hot.
Welcome to buying the symbol of winter during t-shirt weather.
Perfect.
Warm enough to cruise the trees for hours, enough time for Nyla Ross to name them all.
Which one's Chico?
That one.
And which one's Billy?
That one.
As soon as we got here, she said, "This is Billy." She said, if you don't want Billy, we could get Chico. And I'm like, well, who's Chico? She said, him.
And as all the Billies and Chicos got bagged, the sales went through the roof.
It feels like it's summertime. It feels like July 17th.
One look at the skate park and you think that it was July.
It's really hot. Right now, it's about right weather right now.
For all the skateboarders, for all the bikers, they knew the cold could be just around the corner.
Probably not too long. Probably a couple more days.
But as the sun went down on all the skate park kids, the Rosses had to pick a tree.
Well, looks like Chico can't win. He's bald in the back. Looks like it's Billy.
Yay!
And so we bid goodbye to Billy and all the other trees here as they find a new home and enjoy summer weather in December.
All right, action!
What are you all doing?
We're making a movie. Oh, that was cool. That was cool.
And they have 48 hours to make a movie.
Yeah, start striking everything, guys.
It's almost unscripted. You go and you do this and you do that, and if anything wrong happens, you just have to deal with it on the spot.
Next location.
Here we go.
We've done 5 locations in one day, which is a very, very ambitious shoot, to say the least.
I think I'm going to do it without zoom and with a zoom.
He says, "You want another drink, baby?"
You want another drink, baby?
To her, Natalie, she jingles the glass, has a cube of ice in the glass, and she begins chewing on the last cube. Haas goes back to make them both a drink and returns to find Natalie with the gun in her lap.
You want to share your drink with that thing, officer?
Oh, yes. I was trying to get rid of that flair.
Hey, now's the time to tell them how to tweak it. If you get some visual things. Oh, check out this.
7:30 is the deadline?
7.
How you feel confident about it?
I feel confident. I got the other guys upstairs doing the credit sequence. Once we do that, I think we're good to go.
Hey, you guys ready to officially turn in your film? Okay, what's your running time? And what was your local landmark?
How are you? Tired, how are you?
Time in, 7 o'clock on the dot. Title.
The Float.
The Float. You're good to go, congratulations.
Thank you. We're still rendering? We're late.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it, all right. 4 kids that didn't make it.
Is it filling up?
It is. It is fantastic to see so many people here.
It's definitely one of the more exciting film experiences I've done.
While thousands of folks crowded Freedom Hall today, a crowd of 4 around a videophone was plenty for the Kilties.
I don't care about basketball. I do not care about basketball at all. I'm here to talk to her.
Her is Elaine Kilty, that's Pam's daughter, serving with the 198th Military Police Battalion in Afghanistan. She'll be back home in Louisville in late January.
But I'm going to tell you guys, I love you guys. I can't wait to be home.
And everybody came today. Mom.
What is that disgusting stuff? Oh, jeez.
Her dad. And
I couldn't fit in a sea bag. I tried to send myself to you. They stopped me at the post office. Something about the altitude, and it wouldn't work out. I tried, though. I really did.
That's her boyfriend, David.
So until then, you're just going to have to wait a couple more weeks.
Still, for everyone, the meeting was slightly bittersweet.
I can see and talk to her. She can see and talk to me, but we can't touch. We can't really hug or anything like that.
But they did have fun, like the moment they realized that we were there and taping.
This is being recorded by one of the local news stations, and there's a good chance this is going to be on the news tonight at 11.
Which caused one of the soldiers with Elaine to pose for our photographer, Ron. And then they got a reminder that Christmas shopping may not be done yet.
Would you send me a couple long sleeve shirts so I can wear them at Fort Dix?
In around 5 weeks, Elaine will be home. Here's hoping a day away from Freedom Hall will help the Kilties make the time feel a whole lot shorter.
I talk to her on the phone all the time, email all the time. We're IMing each other all the time. But seeing that is just, it's altogether different.
On the bus go round and round.
The sweet yellow school bus, leisurely rolling down the street. A nice, safe, easy ride. Not here.
Take the windows out of it, take all the chrome off of it, and put a little paint on it and go racing.
School bus racing at the Sportsdrome in Jeffersonville is a fan favorite, especially when this happens.
When it's flipped, I mean, it's like a 6-story fall. It bounces slow, but then it slams to the ground hard. But, you know, you don't move. You're a little sore for about a week or two, but besides that, I mean, it's a lot of fun.
You all right, dude? Fun is 10 buses roaring around the figure 8, not for any big cash prize. It's all about entertainment.
With that long wheelbase, those big old buses, they can still get around the racetrack. Yeah, it's a little bit different than driving on I-65 or dropping some kids off at school.
This particular bus was recently in service, although the door doesn't quite work the way it used to. It's still got the original seats all in place and remnants of its former life. See, here's a pen and a box of candy. We can also make out who this bus used to belong to. It still says St. Raphael Giants underneath the paint, but kids, your school bus has graduated.
You'll find little Johnny's homework, you'll find little lawnmower parts, you'll find all kind of things. You know, I shop around to find these school buses.
They're not exactly finely tuned machines.
All right, try it now.
But the race is on, and these buses don't stop for anyone. Eric Waxler, WHAS 11 Sports.
When you're playing basketball,
Come on out and get it.
everybody got to lace up.
Get your hands up.
Everybody got to play the same way.
4 brings the ball down the court.
It's just who's going to play the hardest.
The first home game in 76 years, and I'm telling you, if you are not here, you are going to be mad.
In your face.
Well, our team is all freshmen.
That's what they said, sir. In your face.
This is a good opportunity, not just for them, but for other kids in the community.
It has an opportunity for these young men to better their lives.
Basketball in their situation is basically a vehicle to use to get them a quality and a free education.
So to see the sports team reconstituted after 76 years,
It's great to see everybody come out tonight.
it's a plus for the school, and I think it's going to create a lot of positive excitement for the community.
1 minute and 45 seconds left in the game. Simmons looking for help. A three-point shot, no good.
I think they're doing a great job.
Defense.
First-year program.
Oh,
They're trying to create some tradition here.
Simmons needs to get that ball.
All right, man.
Here we go, here we go. With the final 5.5 seconds. Lindsey Wilson has the ball. There's no foul. And that's the end of the game.
Hung in there to the bitter end.
Lindsey Wilson over the Simmons College Panthers.
Losing builds character.
72-68.
Regardless of what the score says, it's a win for the community, it's a win for these kids. it's a win for Simmons just to have his sports team back.
You fail, but you rise again like Phoenix on the fire.
On this farm outside Owensboro, James Hines lived out his dream. Already a successful businessman, James had always wanted to breed thoroughbreds.
That's how Dad was. When he set his mind to something, that he was going to do something, you know, it was no holds barred.
The breeding business was good. And then lawyer Ron came along.
Every time I look at him, you know, it just reminds me of all the hard work Dad did.
With lawyer Ron beginning to take off, life ended for James Hines. His accidental drowning in February brought an emptiness to the farm that he loved so much. James Hines was 69 years old.
Is this Cypress Groves?
A day after the funeral, Lane, his oldest daughter, drove 8 hours to Arkansas. She wanted to represent her father at the Southwest Stakes, and she brought something with her.
Grabbed his jacket because I wanted him around me in some way, you know, to have that comfort of knowing he was there.
Lawyer Ron digs in.
With the family grieving,
He wins the Southwest by a
the horse won that day,
He's going to win it by 3.5.
and then won again.
I mean, it was exciting, but it was sad at the same time that Dad couldn't be there to see it.
Finally, the Arkansas Derby victory, assuring lawyer Ron would run for the Roses.
You know, I mean, it's every horse owner's dream to have something like that. And the timing of it was just, it was awful.
The breeding business James Hines started more than a decade ago continues, but now he's not around to see the level it has reached. One of the horses born on this farm, running in the Kentucky Derby.
It's just such an honor to be in the Derby. That was his goal, and that was our goal in the weeks after, you know, his passing, that we wanted to see Lawyer Ron in the Derby with his colors on.
You know, sometimes I feel like, oh, you know, maybe this is helping us along with our grieving, but then, you know, sometimes when we're alone, we start thinking about Dad not being here, and it can be very emotional.
You know, it's phenomenal, and every time he crosses the finish line, I know in my heart that Dad's looking down watching.
The family is trying to enjoy this ride. Everywhere they go, people ask about the horse.
Friends are asking what's going on, and everybody wants to know the inside scoop. Hey, Lawyer Ron's going to win the Derby. That's the only scoop I give him. I'd be lying if I said, you know, we didn't want him to win for us too, but mainly it's for Dad. I mean, you know, none of this would have been possible without him.
The days and months since their father's death have been tough, but at least for one moment on the first Saturday in May, the Hines family just might experience joy again.
You know, this is all for you, Dad. Wish you were here.
Eric Waxler, WHAS 11 Sports.